Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video. Greetings everybody guys, let's take a look at the Bitcoin market as usual on Mondays. This market mostly stands quiet due to the holidays, so it's not really big activity stands in the market. But at the same time, we need to discuss some moments because in recent time, it's a lot of talkings stands about the bullishness of the market, and this market shows tremendous rally, and it's really growing attention and demand for the cryptocurrencies. But at the same time, guys, this is actually true because you could see that on the daily chart, indeed, significant rally has happened in April, and it was the first significant upside action for the long time, and that definitely makes impact on the technical picture. But at the same time, we should not be too fascinating with this action, because if we'll take a look at the higher time frames, you will see that this is not sufficient yet, and that the major bearish sentiment, bearish passion still, bearish tendency still stands valid. Because what in fact we have on a daily chart, if I will contract the chart, you will see that actually we have here nothing more but on the daily, and you could see also this is on the weekly, you have catalyst triple to sell passion. Drop down, A, B, C, D retracement. There's some positivities, positive sign stands with this rally right to the XOP target that gives the hints on maybe market somehow will exceed this area and continue move higher. But currently, guys, in fact, we have bearish catalyst triple to sell on the weekly chart. This is A, B, C, D patient with the XOP target, and XOP creates the major agreement with it creates the agreement with the major 618 resistance in 5240 area. Market shows reaction, so you can see here we have the drop down, and all following price action within the 2 or 3 weeks stands inside of this downside action. This is definitely not sufficient to talk about the breaking of the bearish tendency. So we could keep an eye on some bullish patterns on the intraday charts, maybe some upward continuation. Even on the daily chart right now, take a look what we have. We have some signs of the bullish dynamic pressure, because take a look, market's forming high lows, but trend stands bearish, and it suggests that maybe market indeed will show this spike up and taking out of this top. But all this stuff, guys, is mostly tactical steps. To break the major tendency, market has to show the reversal swing on the higher time frame. But currently we just have the bearish continuation pattern in place, and market is calling around the point where this pattern was completed, so around the major resistance. So we need to keep in mind this moment. On the 4-hour time frame chart, we have actually two different scenarios, guys. The first scenario is the scenario with our catalyst triple to sell pattern. So in this scenario is still valid. Why? By the same reason. As I said, all following price action within 2-3 weeks since the 12th of the April stands inside previous drop. And until market stands below this top, the pattern is exist. So when the market has formed the AB equals CD and hits the OP target at the 618 resistance, it was very fast action to the OP target, and no significant reversal or some downward action has started. But currently market is moving higher, and definitely after this initial upward rally, we see significant slowdown in upward action. So next logical target stands at the XOP. XOP coincides with the 88 deep fib level 5418. So XOP stands 5416. That's the next point that we need to keep an eye on, where potentially market could start downward action just because of its existence, bearish tendency and bearish patterns on the weekly and daily charts. And that's why we can't just ignore this possibility on the 4-hour time frame chart as well. So if you have the bearish view on Bitcoin and you're searching chance to go short with it, that's the point where probably you could do this, because at this point really high chances that market will show at least technical bounce, technical reaction, something on that sort on the level. And that lets you to protect position with a break-even stop, whatever you will be right or wrong later. So that's one of the patterns that we need to keep an eye on. That really could happen. Alternatively, we said, well, this market hasn't started 618 resistance, and as we said on a daily chart, some kind of the dynamic pressure is forming, so we could keep an eye on this pattern as well. So this could become the guardrail triple to sell. For that purpose, market needs to take an out of this top and hit 57 area approximately. So that's the point where market could reach. But if you'll take a look at this action, you will see that this action is very slow compared to this one. So third drive definitely losing the pace, the upward action. And usually in such situations, market completes could complete the target by some external impact, some external driving factor with some acceleration up. I suppose the hardly market will just continue this gradual action, and somewhere closer to the end of the June will reach this target. It seems that currently it should be some fast action should happen either to the upside, or it probably could be a significant drop, because here's definitely signs of this housing of the market action, this housing of the power, and needs some push in one or other direction. That's why the previous pattern is also important, because market could climb with a reasonable term right to this area, but probably at this point something should happen that will push market either to complete the target here, or it will be downside drop. So that's our view currently on Bitcoin market. On the hourly chart, guys, actually we don't see something really special. So we have this kind of the channel that's developing on the market. Probably we could use the borders of this channel as an additional indicator. So for example, if market will break it down, it will be a signal that maybe indeed tendency in changing, markets turning back to the bearish trend on the daily chart. So that being said, first we suggest that market soon should show some fast action, and this probably will be impact of the external driving factor. If you have the bearish view, you have the chance to go short around this area, because at this point there is a good better odds that market will show just some minor pullback that will let you to protect your position. Even you will become wrong later, market will continue to move higher. That will let you to exit with a break-even trade. For the bulls, currently it's difficult to recommend taking the long position, because actually, guys, the patterns that we have in place, they are bearish. We have here guardrail triple to sell on the daily chart. We have guardrail triple to sell. Well, and here it's difficult to call for taking the long position until market will stand inside of the swing. So if market will take it out, well, that will be better situation. But in this case, it will be question of the risk reward, where you will take the profit and where you will place your stop if you will take position on the breakout at this point. Well, that's why here we do not have clear bullish setup here on the Bitcoin by far.